Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, there lived an old carpenter named Thomas. He was a man in his late 60s with white hair and a kind, withered face. For over 40 years, he had run his own small carpentry workshop on the edge of town. His workshop was a cozy place filled with the warm glow of morning sunlight that streamed in through the large windows. Every morning when he opened his shop, dust particles would dance in the golden light, swirling around his tools that were neatly arranged on the wall. The gentle acoustic music of birds chirping outside filled his workshop, making it a perfect place to start the day. One such morning, while sipping his tea, Thomas opened a letter that had arrived early that day. He read the letter and a bitter-sweet smile touched his lips. It was a letter from his boss asking him to build a house as per the plans they had discussed. After so many years of working together, the boss knew exactly what Thomas was capable of, and he always gave him the freedom to use his creativity and skills to complete projects. Thomas kept the letter beside him as he got to work. He carefully selected the finest wood for the project and began to sketch the design, but this house was different. As Thomas worked on it, he found himself using cheaper materials, cutting corners, and finishing the house much faster than he had done any other project. The wood he chose was inferior, the nails bent under his hammer, and the paint peeled off in large chunks. He didn't take pride in his work anymore. There was no joy in creating something beautiful. All he wanted to do was finish the job quickly and move on to the next one. Days turned into weeks, and soon the house was complete. The boss was due to arrive any day now to collect the keys and inspect the house. Thomas stood in the middle of the empty rooms, staring at the floor. He couldn't help but feel a sense of emptiness inside him. What had he done? Why hadn't he put more effort into this particular house? He couldn't understand it. Just then, the doorbell rang, and Thomas went to open the door. It was his boss. A bright smile on his face, he handed Thomas a set of keys. "Thomas," he said, "this house is my gift to you. You deserve it after all your hard work over the years." Thomas was stunned. His hands trembled as he took the keys from his boss. Looking back at the house he had built with such carelessness, regret filled his heart. If only he had built it with the same care and precision as the others, but it was too late now. As his boss walked away, Thomas stood still, his eyes fixed on the house. The bright sunlight of noon streamed through the windows, illuminating the dust particles dancing in the air. It was a beautiful house on the outside, but on the inside, it was a disaster waiting to happen. Each room he entered made him feel worse than the last. The paint was chipping off the walls, the roof had a big hole in it, and the stairs creaked ominously. It was a far cry from the quality work he had always prided himself on. But Thomas was a man of integrity, and he could not bear to see the house he had built in such a sorry state, so he decided to fix it. With renewed determination, he started to repair the damage. His hammer rang once again, but this time with a different sound. It was the sound of hope, the sound of a new beginning. Thomas worked tirelessly for months, determined to make the house his masterpiece. Slowly but surely, he transformed the dilapidated structure into a thing of beauty. He replaced the rotten wood, repaired the roof, and painted the walls in soft, soothing colors. As the last stroke of his brush fell on the windowsill, he stepped back to admire his work. The house looked better than it had ever done before. It was a testament to his skill and dedication, a shining example of what can be achieved with hard work and passion. And as he looked at the house, a single thought echoed in his mind. Life is just like that house. Build it with care, effort, and love, because one day you'll live in what you've built.